Pacific Grove is famous for our annual winter guests, the western monarch butterflies. These charismatic and striking insects are so beloved by locals and visitors alike that PG is dubbed Monarch Town, USA. Monarchs hold a special place in our heart. However, if you look closely and tread carefully, a world of butterflies will open up in front of you, and you'll notice many other species of butterflies that call Monterey County home. Before I introduce a few of the incredible butterflies that I have seen on the Central Coast, let's go over some background information so we can better understand these fascinating creatures. Butterflies belong to the scientific order Lepidoptera, the name coming from ancient Greek words meaning scale and wing. The order Lepidoptera contains all the world's butterflies and moths, which amount to about 180,000 described species. While I will mostly be discussing butterflies in this video, moths are amazing creatures that can often be overlooked because they tend to be nocturnal or active in the night. Moths actually make up a vast majority of the order Lepidoptera, with about 160,000 known species of moths. To learn how to tell the difference between butterflies and moths, check out our Bug Out with Bree video about moths on our Digital Science Saturday webpage. Over millions of years, the order Lepidoptera has evolved a wide range of wing patterns and coloration, from the dull brown appearance of many moths to the striking and bright designs of butterflies like the monarch. These patterns can help protect butterflies from predators through camouflage, or warn predators that the butterfly's body is toxic. It can even help attract mates. And this messaging can change based on which side of the wing is showing. For example, when monarch wings are open, they display bright colors that show predators like birds and squirrels that they are toxic. When the wings are closed, however, they display a duller brown that can help monarchs blend into their natural surroundings as they roost in trees. Humans have long been fascinated by the appearance and behavior of butterflies. Scientists who study them are called lepidopterists and work within the field of entomology, which is the study of insects at large. So why are butterflies important, and what can we learn from studying them? Besides being beautiful, butterflies are pollinators, helping move pollen from one plant to another as they feed on the nectar of plants' flowers. They are also important members of the food chain, serving as food for birds, bats, and other insectivorous animals. Butterflies are also indicators of a healthy and biodiverse ecosystem. When butterfly numbers get low, that impact can be felt higher up in the food chain. Butterflies are also very sensitive to things like habitat loss and climate change, so scientists monitor them to observe the wider effects of these environmental factors on our ecosystem. And we can all do our part to help butterflies, and more widely, pollinators, by avoiding pesticides, buying organic, and planting nectar plants that are native to where you live. Some examples here on the Central Coast include California poppies, sky lupin, and sticky monkey flower. You can also make puddling dishes with plates and small pebbles, seen on the right, to provide a water source. Now that we've learned what butterflies are and why they are important, let's look at a few butterflies that you can spot here in Monterey County. Coming up first is the cabbage white butterfly. This is one that you're almost guaranteed to see at some point or another, flitting about erratically and resting briefly to feed on nectar or lay eggs. Here we can see some eggs and tiny little caterpillars that appeared in my garden this year. It's often seen as a garden pest in its pupa stage, as caterpillars hatch and feast on plants in the cabbage family. They're really interesting to watch, but they will eat your garden, so be very careful and make sure to put up some netting or something to keep them off of your crops. Next, we have two butterflies that are often mistaken for monarchs, the painted lady and red admiral butterflies. While they share the black and orange markings that warn predators, these copycats aren't toxic like monarchs. They're also smaller than monarchs and have different but equally striking markings. Painted ladies are known to be migratory butterflies and can often be seen migrating in large groups, unlike monarchs who are solitary while migrating. While painted lady adults drink nectar from plants like asters and thistles, red admirals actually prefer tree sap, fermenting fruit, and even bird droppings. Another common butterfly visitor is the Umber Skipper. It's one that I've been seeing in my yard a lot this year, especially in the spring and summer. While you may think it's a moth at first because of its plain brown wings, notice the club-like antenna. Moth antennae are more feathery. The Umber Skipper lays eggs on various types of grass, and males will often perch in grassy areas to wait for females to come fluttering. Here you can see this perching behavior as a visitor to my garden sat on top of my dragon fruit plant. I observed this butterfly for a few minutes as it would perch in the same spot, flutter around a bit, and then return. They are fast flyers, and it's a joy to see them dance around each other in the air. Now I'd like to talk about a butterfly that is rarely seen, but tells the story of why it is so important to protect butterflies. This is the Smith's blue butterfly, a subspecies native to the Central Coast. Throughout its life in the sand dunes, it depends on only 2 species of coast buckwheat to survive throughout its whole life. Because of human trampling of its habitat, invasive plants, and overpopulation, this butterfly has been listed as an endangered species in need of protection. Luckily, there are efforts to restore habitat and protect these butterflies, including a preserve at Fort Ord. The story of these tiny butterflies shows just how fragile insect populations are and why we need to take action to protect them. I could talk about butterflies all day, but I wanted to briefly mention one of our common moths here in Monterey County. It's the California oak moth, whose host plant is, you guessed it, oak trees, especially coast live oaks. You've probably seen these moths fluttering around oak trees, crawling on the ground as a caterpillar, or even hanging in their cocoons. While these moths are often thought of as pests, they are not harmful to oak trees and are native to our area, having lived in our oak woodlands for thousands of years. They are also very important food sources for woodland birds. The following are a few other butterflies that I've seen in Monterey County. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope you look out for butterflies and moths the next time you venture outside. You never know when you'll see one, so always keep an eye out, whether you're sitting in your yard, going on a hike, or just going about your daily life. I've often had good luck seeing butterflies on sunny days, especially while sitting in a garden or by a river like the Carmel River. Have fun searching, and don't be discouraged if you don't find a butterfly right away, but enjoy the many other birds, insects, and animals that make this land their home. Happy exploring!